selecting a quartz crystal, many references will tell you to only choose quartz crystals that have immaculate clarity. So they should be very, very clear, and they should not have any milkiness or cloudiness to them. Now, I understand the idea is that in a quartz crystal, if it has great clarity, it will be better used for amplification and general raising of energy vibrations. However, I feel that even the milky or cloudy crystals really have their place in crystal therapy. I think that all stones really have a place in crystal therapy. And so it's my opinion that you should really have some really clear crystals for spiritual evolution, ascension work, meditation, and maybe some milky or cloudy crystals as well, because I feel that the milky crystals really represent this idea of transforming energy. So just as a milky crystal is usually a little bit cloudier toward the base and more clear as it's grown toward its termination, I think that's a really good metaphor for human beings and our own spiritual growth and development. So I think that they really do have a good place in healing. Now, other people will recommend that when you're purchasing quartz crystals, that they shouldn't have any kind of chips or fractures. Now, I think this really depends on your purpose for the stone. If you're going to be using your quartz for, say, a laser wand, a crystal laser wand, which I have an example of here with my Lemurian quartz, then you want to make sure that the termination or tip of that quartz doesn't have any chips, because you want that energy to be clearly focused through the termination of that quartz crystal. And if you have a chip on the termination, the energy won't move through the quartz in the same way. However, if it has a few chips around the sides, that doesn't make as much of a difference, because that's not the area through which you're sending the energy. If you've seen some of my YouTube videos, there's a great one on the C-axis and how that directs the flow of energy in a quartz crystal. You want to make sure that you don't have the chip on the termination, but a few on the sides isn't going to affect the flow of energy along that C-axis. Similarly, if you do have a quartz crystal with a chip on the termination, you may not want to use that as a crystal laser wand or for precisely and directly focusing energy out of the termination, but it might be a great to place in the center of a room so that you can actually just have that amplifying property of the quartz sending energy in all directions.